Hello, we are at 1230 Laurel Avenue in St. Paul Park, Minnesota. Unfortunately, the tarp on the roof doesn't show up in the MLS picture, but that's all right. Let's take a look around the neighborhood that we're at. The house sits on the east side of the street, so we are looking east right now. Let's take a look around, looking north up the street. Just a lot of ramblers, one-car garages, trees, more ramblers, one-car garages. Looking west, you can see the sun going down. And at the end of the street is actually a city park. They've got softball fields and tennis courts and a little picnic pavilion, it looks like, over there. And that is 13th Avenue. It's nice that this particular property, although it only has the one-car garage, actually has a full slab on the side of the house to park another vehicle. And I wouldn't know or not, but you can kind of see from where the fence ends, meets with the adjoining fence. With the size of that slab, there could be the potential to actually put another stall onto this garage, but I don't know, I'm just guessing right there. So let's look at the roof. The roof, if it needs any further explanation, you can see the shingles. Maybe you can't, but the shingles are shot. You get a little view right there, but the tarp kind of says it all. Doesn't look like there's been a lot of horrible damage on the inside. We'll go check that out in a second. So these full trees in the front yard are kind of nice. Front seems acceptable. It's got some concrete leading to the foundation, probably pushing some water back towards the foundation of the house, which should probably be adjusted. The exterior has flaking paint. Kind of got this wood siding here and some type of maybe masonite or some type of weird siding material with the flaking paint right there. Big picture window here that has been boarded up. So let's see what we've got when we walk in to the living room. It's a little coat closet on the other side of this door. A lot of plaster on the floor stemming from the leak in the roof that's now covered up by the tarp. Again, it doesn't look like there's been horrible damage. This is wet, and we did have a really big rainstorm this morning, which makes it a good time to look at a property like this. We can see the extent of the water intrusion. So you come over here. Again, the picture window has this board in place. I might have a solution for that. Keep watching. Green carpeting that needs to be replaced. That carpet is wet underneath that hole. Here's the way into the kitchen. And I don't know why people call this 11 by 17 foot dining room on the MLS report. It certainly is not, but it's got a linoleum floor. It's got this window to the back. Might as well take a look out back there. The yard is kind of fenced. It appears mainly to be fenced by the neighboring properties' fences, but ultimately creating a complete almost ring around the yard of fences. There's this little deck right here that can be accessed only from the garage door access door. So here's the kitchen. That stain is where the refrigerator used to be. Newer cabinets. Looks like newer Formica countertops. Not newer, but the appliances aren't horrible. Definitely the cabinets are decent and they could stay. Got this little closet right there. And that does leave, certainly not 11 by 17, but a little eat-in area for the kitchen, which wouldn't be gigantic, but definitely a place to sit down and eat. One-car garage. It's got a really high ceiling in here. And with that high ceiling, it's got a really nice ceiling fan, which is great. That's the door to the outside. But a good-sized one-car garage, insulated garage door, and a little glass door between, screen door or storm door between here and the garage. So it's a one-car garage. It's the way to the basement. This is a walk through to one of the 3 bedrooms on this level. We'll see that from the main hallway, and certainly in this style of Rambler, oftentimes they'd have a pass-through in that third bedroom, so it could be used as a formal dining room if somebody wanted to do that. So going back to the main entry, here we've got the 3 bedrooms. We'll start out with that pass-through bedroom that we saw. There's a closet, there's a little pass-through to the kitchen. So again, this could be used as a formal dining room, maybe opened up to the rest of the room, or it could remain a bedroom with a closet. The window here is also, has this nice board there. Here's the bathroom right across the hall. Ceramic tub. It's kind of filthy, ceramic tile, but it seems to be in almost decent condition. Probably could stand to be replaced and have this bathroom modernized, but not horrible. Little marble sink. It's got the little mirrored cabinet with the bulbs. Toilet. Linoleum floor. So we got 1 bedroom, and now we'll go to the next bedroom. The secondary bedroom here. It's got the light fixture, window to the front, window to the side yard we can look out, and then closet, just kind of a standard size closet there. Certainly all the carpeting in this place needs to be replaced. The ceilings look decent, except obviously for the one in the main living room. This would be the largest of the 3 bedrooms here. I guess you could call it a master bedroom. You've got 2 windows, one to the side, one to the back. And as long as we're in here, we've got some light. Let's look at these slider windows. These are just wooden pane slider windows, single pane glass, and on the outside they've got a storm window that slides up and down to cover a screen. So it's kind of got a built-in screen storm window that probably can stay in there year-round. And the ceiling in here is not damaged yet, and decent size bedroom with a standard size closet. So there we've got the 3 bedrooms on the main level, the bathroom, 3rd bedroom passing through to the kitchen, and then pretty good size main level living room with the wet carpet and the sunken roof with the tarp. So let's go downstairs and remember that board over that window. Turn the lights on down here. Kind of this old-fashioned carpet on the stairs into the basement. Get down here. Pretty good sized room. Definitely smells moist and damp and cool down here. You can see the staining along the floor of the wall. And to tell you the truth, we really did have a lot of rain this morning. And surprisingly, the carpet down here isn't wet. We'll get a look at the floors and stuff in a second, but this is like the utility storage room. Actually pretty good sized space back here for storage. That must be the old exterior door. Newer water heater. Medium age Lennox furnace. But storage back here, and as we look at the corners and look at the outside walls, with all the water that we've had, there's really no water coming in here. There's a little, you can feel some moisture in the corner, that very, very corner at the seam of the foundation in the wall. So this would be the laundry room. This looks like there has been some water intrusion. You can see the staining and the gunk on the floor, but the proximity to the floor drain suggests that this might actually be backup from the floor drain that has kind of seeped back into the house. Now look what I found. Now, of course, it doesn't really show up that well, but look at this. Looks to be the glass tabletop for an old maybe dining room table. So I was just thinking that perhaps this nice big piece of beveled glass that used to be a tabletop could be fit in and replace that gigantic board for the front window. Just some cost savings looking out for you. Of course, I'm totally kidding. So we got some storage down here. We do have a fuse box instead of a circuit breaker, so that's one thing. You can see the wiring a little. That's the old telephone service, I think. So storage room. Let's look at the rest of the space down here. Must have been a self-done basement job. There are a couple of outlets on this wall. drop ceiling above us, and we've actually got the heat register. But over here we don't have any electrical, so I'm guessing that somebody probably put this paneling in themselves. And when I go to this corner by the front of the house, this is not wet, so you can see there's been some type of moisture behind this paneling, which is where this this kind of icky film has come up, mousetrap. But that, I'm not sure what that's from. With all the rain that we've had, I'd expect to feel wetness, and it's really not wet on the floor. Maybe that's trapped behind the wall and soaked up in the insulation. I'm not sure, or maybe it's just not insulated properly, and condensation from the humidity in the wintertime collects on the concrete foundation and leads to moisture. I don't know. But rest of the area down here, pretty spacious. We got this crazy old bar here, countertop, and they've got a sink built in, but I don't think it's a wet bar. Oh, it is. Look at that. They managed to run a little PVC plumbing with a flex line, and then here you've got the drain to the sink that just goes into this caddy cap bucket. So I won't call it a wet bar, but certainly I guess you could rinse off your glasses. Just remember to empty the tidy cap. So this could probably all come out. We got more of this film. But again, the carpet is not wet, and we just had a very large rainstorm today. So a couple of outlets on this side of the wall, and you can get a sense of actually how big this downstairs is. When we go in here, you actually get a look at the concrete foundation. And this is the where the water comes under the house. Let's see if I can my flashlight real quick. So again, looking at the foundation here, outside the front where we saw that poor grade, doesn't really appear to be wet. You can see that staining in the corner from something, but I'm not exactly sure where that moisture might be coming from. Although it is reasonable to expect it comes from the poor grade in the front that could be remedied. So all in all, not that horrible, but certainly it is it's not very reassuring to see the staining on the wall. But that's it for the downstairs. Go back up. So again, the limitations, we got the one-car garage. We only have got this smaller eating area in the kitchen, unless the third bedroom were turned into a formal dining area. Old-fashioned windows, single pane glass with the slider storm windows. Poor grade on the outside, even the backyard kind of does slope towards the back of the house. Broken picture window, and of course we've got the damaged ceiling that ties in with the tarp on the roof. You know, I wish people would just tell us about the tarp on the roof. You can say that in the MLS report. It's not going to scare anybody away. So there you have it. This again has been 1230 Laurel Avenue in St. Paul Park. Thanks for watching.